This is part 1 of Relationships 101 with Grown Ass Women Know.
Hello, everybody.
Into the light.
Hello, how are you?
We're going into the light.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Akiba Evans, Editor-in-Chief of Grown Ass Women Know, and this is a segment of GAWK Talk, and we will be speaking about relationships 101, 102, 103,
Amen.
the prerequisites to get before the 101, the college prep to get to the prerequisite before you get to the...
Okay.
So we are going to have...
Masters and doctorate.
Are you sure? I already have a PhD.
Yes.
I'm Blue Taylor. I am also part of Kiss Migrant Supper Club. I am creator and co-owner. I catered today. We're going to have a beautiful parfait that we're all going to enjoy.
Yes.
With fresh summer fruit, little granola, and of course, some Greek yogurt. We have other things coming up, guys. I just, going into character, I apologize.
No,
But
we love it.
we're here talking about living single. Yes, I'm single. Anybody else on here single?
Yes.
Damn, the whole panel. Relationships. Okay, well, I want to talk about being single. We can still talk about relationships too.
Well,
I ain't in a relationship. I'm gonna talk about one. Okay.
we can talk about all the ones that came before being single.
Yes. Yes. I'm down for that. I'm down for that. Yes.
Get prepared for the
Amen.
ones that.
And to keep the ones we got. Love.
Yes. Yeah, you are married. Yes. Yes. You're on that one. Yes. You can. Yes.
Hey, I'm Missy Monroe.
Missy.
Hey, I'm a contributing editor to the GAWK. Louder! I have to yell, sorry. I'm not a yeller, I'm a lover. I'm not a yeller, I'm a fighter. I'm just here to, maybe get some knowledge for my single life. Yeah. I was in a 20-year relationship and I'm single.
Yay! Well, obviously it was okay for y'all not to be together. Okay.
That I'm single after 20 years, but okay, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yes,
I
that's
love
where
your
we
hair.
are.
So I won't be single anymore.
Right.
So we'll see.
I love your hair.
Thank you.
This is...
And my name is Shanna Grace, and I have been dubbed the relationship expert for today. And there is no telling what I'm going to tell these people. Because I sort of don't live a traditional relationship life.
Amen.
So we'll see what
Yes.
happens.
What is your experience? Like, are you a PhD or doctorate?
I'm a PhD. Yeah, I have a PhD in relating. Well, currently I'm single, and I have been for 10 years, I think. But I started my life off really early. So we had a child when I was 15, and I was actually married at 15, and divorced by 22. And currently I am open polyamorous.
Awesome.
Which means that
We talked about that on the first episode. You definitely should go back and watch that. We literally talked about it.
But I also do relationships from a space of spiritual exploration. Why are we here? Why are these people showing up for us? What are they triggering? What is it I need to look at? Because as we were joking earlier, different man, different woman, different colored hair, different skin, different eyes, same shit.
Right.
So, really at the end of the day, you have to say, well, what is it about me that's creating this? So I really live from a space of you create your life, and whatever's showing up in your life is showing you yourself. And if you don't like that, then you need to go find that space in you and clean it up so that new stuff can show up. And I see people coming on my Facebook Live, but my phone is way over there. So I can't read your comments or anything like that, but I appreciate you being here.
But they can ask the questions if they go on the GAWK
Okay,
page.
so you can go to Grown Ass Women Know, and I tagged Akiba Evans, and so if you click on her, you can get to the other page, and we are monitoring the comments there. So
Thank you.
there we go, teamwork.
We have another contributing editor, Keisha Scrull, but she's not
Visible.
visible.
not visible.
Her energy is...
But she will be eventually, because we're going to get up and kind of move a little bit. Because I got to get up and put down the next entree so then you can, Be a little more visible. Talk, Keisha.
Well, I'm Keisha, known as Dr. Keisha to you.
Yes.
I'm also a PhD, but in education, not in love. I'm coming out of a 17-year marriage, so trying to figure out the dating in the 40s. So,
Okay.
40, right here.
Yes.
It is.
I'm 6 months away from 50.
Oh, happy birthday early.
yes.
You look good, girl. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I can tell. She look like she's taking baths in Greek yogurt.
Some coconut oil.
Amen. Who are our other guests?
Well, I'm Candace Ryan, and I'm new to
Hey,
the GAWK team. I've posted
Yes.
a couple of posts. I'm still getting into the mode.
Yes.
But this is my first live with the group, and as far as relationships, I'm married working on my second marriage. Started over with kids. I have a 25-year-old, 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And I will be approaching the 50 club next year. So for me, if this one doesn't work out, I'm done.
Yeah.
No more for me. I'm out of the game. Everything.
Hey, I still swear I'm gonna have a studio apartment even if I live with somebody. I just gotta have this thing. And last,
Okay, well, I guess last but
Not
not
least.
least. Okay, I am Tomiko. I go by Miko. Last name is Van, and I am single. Just joined the 50 Club.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of weird because for the longest, I never told anyone my age. Like, never. So I'm just now telling people how old I really am.
when you don't look as old as you are, you can brag about it.
Yeah.
That is true.
So I just turned 50. I'm single. I have no kids. I've never been married. And so I have a lot of questions I would like to ask. I mean, I've come close, but no cigar. But I have a lot of questions.
Awesome.
Yeah, she
Awesome.
She wrote a book over.
Awesome.
Well, my name is Daryl Gilliard. This is my first time joining. Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Thank y'all for letting me be a part of this. I am here to give a male perspective. I am 33 years old, so I think I have maybe a different aspect of, what we might be
Information
talking
to
about
give,
today.
Yeah,
So I'm excited to be here.
And I would like to.
We got some people in
I would also like to thank our other guests who did
Stand
show
up.
up, who heard our call. For those of you who look at us on Facebook, we did look for singles who could come and be a part, or if anybody who wanted to just experience this firsthand. So we do have a few guests, and we do have an amazing designer who did interior designs from Elegant Soirees. Simply, or yes, you better correct the hoe.
Thank you.
Sorry. Simply Elegant Soirees. And this wonderful spread from flowers to accessories is by this lovely, wonderful lady, Miss Larita Jones.
Thank you.
Yay!
And then we have a photographer back here.
I'm
Stand up.
David. I'm 2 years shy of being 70. I'm single, but you know what? You gotta keep the fight going.
Yeah!
Eat healthy.
That's fine.
You fine too, amen. He's looking good, y'all. And he's straight, not bilingual, if you know what I mean. Amen. Okay, so I am so glad that everybody got to come together. In a few seconds, I'm going to step away. Morgan! She's single and young. Morgan, give us your perspective and your age, my love.
I am 27.
You got to come
You
closer.
gotta come to the window, baby.
Come to the window. Yes, come to the window.
I'm Morgan. Hello, everybody. This is my first experience, and I'm excited to see different perspectives. I am 27 years old, and I am single. So, ready to see the show.
Yay!
Yes, thank you.
Morgan has come to a lot of the Kiss My Grit Supper Club events, so she's familiar with my cooking and preparation and cuisine. So hopefully she will put something on Instagram and let y'all know how good it is. I'm just saying.
It is good.
It is good. I have clean
And we
mine.
only on Facebook.
And that ain't because I made it. It ain't because I made it. But yeah, so I'm so glad everybody came together today. Did anyone have anything in particular to discuss?
Let's start cards.
Yes. Oh, we got a question. We got a question. Did anybody write a question on Instagram or anything?
And everybody can answer these questions, man. I think it can be a group.
Well, I've got a question. I've got a great question because we talked about it on our first episode about being polyamorous. Because it's something that I have actually thought of fondly, but not necessarily approached, due to it's very hard to find male couples. I am gay. I'm homosexual. So
You are?
yeah, you can tell by my Baduism. But it's really hard to find. Well, first of all, it's very hard to find a committed relationship in any spectrum of the sexual rainbow. But in ours, I've come to find that gay men tend to, and I hated saying this growing up because I was always like, I want commitment. I know gay people who are in committed relationships. But you tend to find that single gay men are extremely promiscuous. It's kind of hard. I know that there are people out there who have had successful relationships. Some sexual. Yes, that's it. Thank you. I love you. And but I'm just saying though, as someone who is, who has thought about and played with the idea, you said look at yourself to kind of figure out why you're choosing the type of people you're choosing, why these people are coming back into your life in rotation, maybe different face, different eye color, different whatever. But I agree with you because I love to do that. And we just found out that we're both Aquarians, so I don't know if that's an Aquarius thing, but I'm always looking at myself to kind of see where I am wrong or where I have made a mistake instead of saying it's them, accusing them. And I've also paid attention to knowing how the other individual has grown up, what their interpretation of love looks like, what their interpretation of communication looks like, because we are two totally different people, which means I can't read your mind and I can't assume you know how to love me the way I need to be loved, and I shouldn't assume that I know how to love you the way you need to be loved. So I guess with all those type of issues going on, or not issues, but subjects, it would be hard to find a successful polyamorous relationship.
Well, it all just depends on what, how you want to structure it. So the beautiful thing about polyamory is that it gives you, there's a rainbow of polyamory. There are people that, got married in a monogamous structure and they've been together for 20 years and they're never going to leave each other, but they both have separate outside relationships because they've decided that they want to spice their relationships up. But and there's a preconception that, polyamorous couples are just out being promiscuous. Most of the polyamorous couples I know actually have committed partners. So they're really dating and they're getting to know and they, integrate into the family. They call that kitchen table poly. Where they have a separate, relationship with somebody, but the wife knows or the husband knows. And so, and then there, is the unicorns of poly, which are the single people that aren't coupled. So just all kinds of different dynamics to it. There's just all kinds of different dynamics.
I've always looked at it as a way to build a successful home, meaning like we are all contributing. There's 3 incomes, 3 personalities. Like if I don't want to go on a date with you, John can go on a date with you. If I want to have kinky sex and John don't like to have kinky sex, you know where to go. But I feel like that is a communication and structure thing. I've always understood that part. But finding people to build the communication, build the relationship on understanding and trust. Because I'm not a promiscuous person, and I am looking for the right one to be a freak with.
Right.
So it's very hard because, like I said, it's really hard to find a committed relationship in the gay community. So.
Well, that's a story.
Yeah. In itself. You're right.
You're perpetual. I mean, relationships are hard. Period. And then you add a third person or fourth person to the mix.
And then put them under the same roof. It sounds like you want everybody to live together.
I would like for everybody to live together. Yeah.
And that concludes Relationships 101 Part 1 from grownasswomenknow.com. Stay tuned for Part 2.
We got plenty of them opinions. We got plenty of them.